Good evening and welcome to the November 3rd meeting of the North Andover Select Board. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask you to stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to head into public comment. Per the Select Board policy, public comment is not a discussion, debate, or dialogue between citizens and the Select Board. It is a citizen's opportunity to express his or her opinion on issues of town business. The board may respond to a public comment by taking it under consideration when deliberating on an agenda item or referring the item to the administration for appropriate action or response. Public comment shall be for a period of up to 15 minutes, with speakers being allowed 3 minutes to present their material. Is anybody here for public comment? All right.
Madam Chair, if I could just highlight quickly that Brian Fraser is here from North Andover CAM. And
He was here for public comment.
Yes, he's here
Very
for
quick
public
enough.
comment-ish, but he did
All
want
right.
to show us that he does
Yes,
have some
please.
new equipment.
Yeah.
Sorry, you did say
So again, with the rising demand, recently we've had a few requests for hearing assistance in the room, and the stars kind of lined up that you guys had no meetings last week. So we kind of tore apart the system, installed some stuff, and now we have a fully functioning hearing assist device. We have two in the room, and we've been using a similar system over at the admin building for the school department, where people could use it in the audience or even board members if they so need it. And it's worked out well in the past. So we're keeping them in the turkey desk. And then you can talk to the staff, at the table if you need it. But yeah, so it kind of worked out, and I'm glad we could help.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Brian.
awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You knew that about the turkey. Do you know the story with the turkey?
Well, Turkey Town, but
Yeah, there you go.
but-
So I saw that at a store and bought it. We said, we'll put that on the selectmen's meeting room. And then people at home were laughing their heads off that the selectmen's meeting room has a turkey.
well, I do have to say that if you've been to my office, I see the channels across from my desk. I have a quad that shows all the channels. So I see that turkey
turkey.
a lot, a lot. So whenever somebody's speaking at the podium, it's theirs.
Yeah, that's,
So it is known as the turkey desk.
yeah.
Thank you. Awesome.
Brian.
Anything
Thank you,
need.
Brian. Okay. Heading into licensing, I will take a motion to enter licensing.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, handing it over to you, Mr. Chair.
All right, we have two applications, but from one licensee. Is anyone here from Purple Coach?
Yes.
Come on forward.
How you doing?
Can you please take your name and address, please?
Catherine Kiesling, 33 West Woodbridge Road.
Okay, great. Okay, so you have two requests.
Yes. Yes.
We had
Around the corner.
gazillion kids on Halloween.
We did. It was like hordes of children moving through the neighborhood. Yeah.
The whole street. They
Yeah.
were walking, like a march on Washington.
Yeah. I got my kid to hand out candy so I don't have to sit out in the cold wind.
That's great.
So you have two requests. One
Yes.
is for two separate one-day wine and malt applications. First one's on November 1st from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Can you tell us about that one, please?
Yeah, November 21st.
November 21st,
So
thank
we
you.
have an event with a local author from Andover who's coming. She wrote a book about women who hit menopause and get ragey, which is great because that's where I am. But so we're doing something with title boxing as well. They're going to come in with mitts for people to hit, and they're going to have a conversation, and we'll also have some wine from Marble Ridge so people can unwind. So those of us who have to either cook for families or herd the family into vans or whatever can
And
have a little fun first.
And you're not selling any. You're not
No,
selling your
so
brand name.
yeah, exactly.
And you're the pourer there. I
Yes,
think.
yeah. So there'll be one drink included with each ticket, and I have the tip certification, and so we'll just make sure that everybody gets just one. Yeah.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any questions at all.
Okay. I'll take a motion.
Motion to move approval?
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussions of the motion? Okay. Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. You want to tell us about your second one?
Yeah. So
This is on December 1st.
December 1st,
6:30 to 8:30.
correct. So Cider Monday, started by a bookstore up in New Hampshire instead of Cyber Monday because everybody buys their stuff online. So
Thank you for that explanation, because I was
like, what's that about? Yeah, so instead of Cyber Monday, it's sort of the small business version. And we're going to have a ticketed event where people can buy the ticket, which includes a glass of sparkling cider from Soapbox Cider in Haverhill. And it also includes a reusable bag and a discount and so forth. But it's just an opportunity to celebrate local businesses on a day when most people are spending their money outside of town. So.
That's great.
Yeah. And he will have additional cider on hand. We'll have catered trays from Market Basket again, so plenty of food on hand. But he also has tip certification that I submitted with the license application.
How much are the tickets?
25 and includes a 15% discount, a reusable tote bag, the refreshments, and the glass of cider.
That's great. Sounds fun. Is it limited tickets, obviously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And you can buy them online?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So we're limiting it to 50,
That's great.
knocking into each other.
exclusive event.
Yes. We don't usually hit 50. It'd be great, but I hope so.
I think that first event could get 50.
Yeah, I hope so. And I'm just going to do just like a really quick pitch if anybody else is watching. We're doing a fundraising event on the 15th to raise money for the North Andover Youth Center food drive. So if you have any small kids, we got gifted a box of books for Peter H. Reynolds from Scholastic. So we're using those to try to generate some money for the youth center. So hoping to get big turnout for that one especially.
Have you seen a bump from the big new Market Basket?
Slightly, yeah. It was, some of our regulars stayed away a little bit because it was absolute chaos.
Too
those
crowded,
first-
no one goes there? Yeah.
Yeah, well, they had somebody at the head of every aisle that first weekend, so the parking lot was just full of Market Basket employees for a while. But that's died down, and it's we are seeing a little bit of a bump in new customers, which is great.
Great.
Yeah.
That's one of the same thing. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll take a motion to close licensing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, back to you, Ms. Chair.
Okay. Item A of new business, the vote on the winter snow emergency. So. wanna give
Yeah,
us
so
a
we've been
quick-
doing it this way for about 6 years, and we're only closing the roads during declared snow emergencies for parking. It seems to work well. We did, at the end of the last year period, really up enforcement, because it is very difficult for us to plow the main roads if cars are not moved. And so we will be, after the first storm, we'll do some warnings, but we will be doing enforcement this year on these, so you'll either be ticketed or towed if you do not move your vehicle. And we will post this on the internet, and we do a robocall every time we declare a snow emergency.
Here's hoping we don't have any snow.
Yeah. Knock on a lot of wood.
And we don't address sidewalks and this at all, other than to say you can't put your snow and ice in the road, right?
Yes, yeah, you're not allowed to put your snow and ice in the road. So if you wanted to have a sidewalk snow shoveling, that would be a bylaw change at town meeting.
Got it. Not, yeah.
Okay. Any questions right now? No. I will take a motion.
Madam Chair, I move the Select Board approve the winter snow emergency as presented.
Second it?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item B, a vote on the fiscal year 27 budget policy statement. So I will also
Yeah.
pass it back to you to give us
This-
the overview. And
Absolutely. This basically just kicks off our budget process. We take all of the goals that are budget oriented, and Laurie creates this great document based out of that, and then that is our policy document to start the budget. Revenue and Fixed Cost Committee's meeting, I want to say the 12th, soon, and so we'll be getting information from them in order to kind of start our department head meetings. Capital has already started, and so it's a busy time of year for us, but this is kind of that policy kickoff document.
any questions about the document? Did everyone have a chance to look at it? I left seeing all the things that we've talked about in there. So.
No, just I want to thank town manager and everyone that contributed to this. It's a very thorough document.
It is.
Was that, again, like you, happy to see everything updated that we've been talking about through the fall.
Okay, so I will take a motion.
I would move that the Select Board accept adopt the fiscal year 2027 budget policy statement.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
And a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you all. Item C, request for acceptance of public easement expansion.
I think our planning director, Jean Enright, is here
All
to
right.
speak on that.
Jean, come on up. Come on
Hi. For the record, Jean Enright, Planning Director for the town. Actually, Reverend Lawrence J. just came in as well from Rolling Ridge. So this has been certainly a work in progress. I think Brian is very familiar with it. At one point, I think in 2019, some representatives from CPC requested that we revisit the trail that exists at Rolling Ridge property as part of the conservation restriction that we purchased, I believe, in 2011. As it begins kind of near the last tee at the country club, there's 3 gravel parking spaces that were installed there. It runs along a historic carriage drive. It's somewhat paved, somewhat certainly grass growing through it. As it jogged off of that carriage trail into the wooded area, there was a very steep slope, and people thought not necessarily a safe slope. And so what we've been pursuing for quite some time, COVID hit in 2020, and although we had an engineer go out and survey potential new trail area, kind of got tabled for quite a while. But I revisited it early this summer, again with the Reverend, and we're still acting on that same survey plan, but we've extended the trail further beyond what was called the public easement, up the same historic carriage trail. We just jog into the woods beyond what was the public access. And so what we've done is expand the public access easement, not within the same CR that was recorded, because it's very difficult to change a CR through the state. So what we did is just an expanded easement area that is still perpetual, and Rolling Ridge has been great. They actually allowed us this fall. So what we found was, unfortunately, the trail hasn't been used all that much, and the microburst that came through 2 years ago, this past August, took down some enormous trees and actually blocked the trail. And so mid-October, the Reverend allowed us to get a volunteer group with Phonet, and we went in and we actually cleared the new trail area with the exception of one section that we actually have to hire a tree company to cut the trees. They're so large. But it connects up to the existing trail, and it's just a safer, more gradual slope as you exit that historic trail area. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Town council and I drafted this easement. It's already been executed by the Rolling Ridge team. So it's before you tonight for final acceptance.
And you get permission from town meeting to accept and grant easements.
I think this is great. I am thankful for the explanation, because I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
exactly
been a
what
long
you were
time
talking about.
coming.
Thank you for sticking with this one for so long. I mean, remember when we were out there walking it last time, and I'll also add, you can see where the old trail was, at the new lake level. When we did this initial trail, the lake was regularly a foot lower.
Yeah.
At the new max level, most of that trail is underwater at that point, and it really becomes impassable. So really grateful for Rolling Ridge for working with the town, being just so open-minded about all of this. And it's, for those of you who haven't been to it, because you can kind of easily miss the turnoff in the small parking lot, it's a great hidden gem of a trail.
So the next step is signage, just like every other trailhead. So we're going to put a kiosk up. We're going to sign it much better, sign within the trail. And honestly, I had not gone the entire length of the trail until very recently, and it's a hidden gem. And I think once we publicize it more, it'll definitely get more action.
It takes you out around a point. You just get different views of the lake that you wouldn't get otherwise.
There's
except
a little
through Rolling
island
Ridge,
in the
yeah.
lake that you might be familiar with. It ends about the same distance as that island, and then you turn and walk back. But it's a really nice trail.
You do get weird looks from the golfers on the tee box and wonder why
Yeah.
you're pulling in there. It's like they're not expecting cars to be coming in. So,
How close does this get you to 500 Great Pond? Or does it not?
other side of the
Other
country
side.
club.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is right between the country club and the Rolling Ridge property. So, and a reminder to people that I think it is well signed, but the Rolling Ridge property still does remain private. So make sure you stay on
Yep.
the public easement trail. And we're again very appreciative of Rolling Ridge's cooperation in this.
It's all still within the conservation restriction. It's just beyond what was called the public easement access area. And so, but it's still protected land and,
Safer.
yep.
How long is the trail?
Do you know the I was gonna say, yeah, between a half and 3/4 mile, I would say. And and FONAT has it in their book, like FONAT's, and they had a great volunteer group. Like I said, there were trees to be cut and a lot of raking to be done. That microburst, I witnessed it on Brooks' property, and Brooks had the whole shoreline they had to clear, and they did at the end of that microburst, but this one, it just kind of went under the radar, so there's some work to do.
Yeah, CPC's been on this one for a while to make sure that we're getting full use of the
Yes,
trail
and,
we
and I
acquired, yeah.
did send the easement as written to Bill Callahan, and he said he would bring it up at their next meeting, which has already occurred, so I'm sure he's informed them that it's progressed.
That's great. All right, I will take a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll move, sorry. I'll move the Select Board accept the public easement expansion as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion, comments, questions?
No, it's just a great addition to the town, even though we've had it.
Yep.
Now people are going to find out about it, and it's going to be
Yeah.
great.
I think the kiosk, once we have a kiosk at the trailhead, it'll make all the difference. And there's only 3 parking spaces, but the neighborhood, I mean, it's a
There's
pretty
plenty-
dense neighborhood that can walk
You
to
can
it.
walk over,
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you, Jean.
Thank you, Jean.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Reverend.
Yes, thank you.
That got a big
Thank you very
clap.
much.
I do want to commend FONAT, like, for the work that they do to keep our trails, like, cleared and
boots on the ground
accessible.
work
I mean, they try and hit, I think, almost every trail, like, once a year, and they can really, grow, you know.
Depending on the weather.
Yeah, you really they do need to be cleared in order to be fully accessible, and they work hard when they do that. There's a whole crew with all sorts of different equipment come, so kudos to them.
Yes, we
You
appreciate
need a
that.
couple good Eagle Scouts.
Definitely.
to take
I
that
think
on.
they bring them with them.
They do. There's a whole crew. It's great.
Item D is the request of the fire department to use ARPA funds for renovations to Fire Station 2, so.
Unfortunately, the acting chief can't be here tonight due to a family emergency. He's happy to come back if you have questions. If not, I'm happy to try to answer them, or Andrew, or Laurie's actually the project liaison for the fire station renovation and new station. As we discussed at goal setting, we've been kind of turning our focus to looking at not only doing renovations to Fire Station 2, but not doing an addition to Fire Station 2, and instead focusing on the need for a Fire Station 3. So what we're trying to do right now is cobble together some money from a bunch of different sources to offset the cost of those renovations at Station 2. There is a little bit of money left from interest income for the ARPA funds, and so we're asking for $200,000 of that to put towards the Station 2 phased renovations. We have not gotten back yet from the designer what those renovations are going to look like and what that cost will be, but we want to make sure that we're thinking about how we fund that with the least impact on residents, so it seems like a good place to start.
When do you think we'll get plans?
We will.
Or, no, when?
When? Do you have an
Oh,
idea?
it's gonna be a couple of months,
Yeah.
but we're meeting on Monday to go over everything, for both 2 and
And three.
possibly 3, yeah.
So you said this is interest income, or is this leftover ARPA funding?
This is interesting
Oh, it is.
come
Oh,
from
okay.
ARPA, right? So we
Terrific.
still have money in there because so it's nice we're collecting interest on it. And the town treasurer does a very good job at selecting our investments, and so we've done well with the income.
We've like a ballpark estimate, what do we think the total thing would cost? I know we're ways out. I mean, are we talking?
We do not yet.
It could be, I don't even want to throw out numbers. It could be,
The renovation.
you know, the project, what this $200,000 is going to go towards, like what
Yeah.
percentage of the
We don't know
project's
yet
gonna be?
on what
Okay.
the renovation cost will be. It's, originally, if you remember what we talked about with Station 2, it was not only doing a renovation, but also adding on additional bays.
Right.
So now without that bay work, we're basically back at the drawing board figuring out what just the renovations would be.
Right, okay.
Which will be modernization.
Yes.
And proper quarters. for
Proper
the
quarters,
female
modernization,
Firefighters, right?
So within the footprint, pretty much, maybe a small amount of storage, but pretty much within the footprint. So,
But none of this money actually gets spent until we have an actual budget, right?
Correct.
We just have to kind of allocate it.
We're
We have to
allocating
approve it now because we're under the clock a little bit, right?
well, the
With these
interest
funds?
income, not so much.
Really? Okay.
Yes, which is nice, right? Because it's not part of the original opera disbursement, which had a lot of rules on it. The interest income is a little bit separate.
Great.
But we want to make sure that we're earmarking it so that people know, the public knows what we plan to do with it.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. Any other questions about this? If not, I will take a motion.
I'll move that the select board approve the request from the fire department to use opera funds in the amount of $200,000 for renovations to Fire Station 2.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm excited about this. It's a hefty amount of interest.
Is that for when people come in, they could, okay, just so that we know that that's okay to.
Talk about signs or something.
Yeah.
I'll talk to John.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, item E, I'll take, a request from the town manager to use ARPA funds for a food insecurity program. So go right ahead. You can talk about that.
Absolutely. So as you know, with SNAP benefits scheduled to be disrupted in the month of November, we wanted to make sure that we had program in place for food insecurity. And so we have had kind of several different things going on. We have 4 take and leave sites, one here in Town Hall on the first floor, another one at the police department, one at the Historical Society, and one at the Senior Center. Every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. There is a food drive, which actually Janice has been setting up different people to take on. This last week was the Friends of the Senior Center who did it. Next week is actually the Farmers Market crew. And so every week we're going to have a different party who comes and sets that up. It was very successful last week. They filled an entire van full of food, which we've brought to the different sites. Yeah, it's been great. We have a survey that if people need assistance, they can fill out, and that we've started to call people back on. I think we have about 45 responses right now. We ask people to please share it if you think your SNAP benefits are going to be impacted, or if you are a federal employee who's part of the layoffs that aren't getting paid. We're able to offer assistance through that, through our new Care Solas program. But one of the things that we're doing is Market Basket gift cards for those people that fill the surveys out. So we have some now, but not knowing how long this is going to go on for, we wanted to make sure that we were prepared to continue to offset these costs. So that's why this is coming from.
You may not know the answer to this, and I was trying to look it up myself and couldn't get conflicting answers. I know if you're a federal employee and you're furloughed, once the shutdown ends, you get your back pay.
Maybe. Right.
Traditionally,
Depending on the appropriation.
historically, you've
Yes.
gotten your back pay. Is it the same for SNAP benefits? Do you get what you would have been getting prior?
I don't believe SNAP benefits have ever been impacted before.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's an answer for that, to that right now. I know that there was some information today that perhaps some people may get a portion of their SNAP benefits based on some legal decisions that came out.
Right. For the emergency funds or
For the
something like that?
emergency
Yeah.
funds.
Okay.
But there has been no information yet, and I don't believe this has ever happened before, so I don't think there's
Okay.
any precedent.
Okay. I'm just trying to make a distinction between those
Yeah.
insurers, make sure we direct the money to people who are really, really going to be losing
Absolutely.
money. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a lot, there's tons of food downstairs. We have lots of food at the police department. We're still collecting. Feel free to drop things off. And pet food is something else that's come up as a major need, diapers.
Where's formula?
Yeah. We've seen a lot of that. One of the things that I noticed today, me and Laura were just down there reorganizing. It's more organized than my pantry at home right now, but is that we really went through tuna fish and like chicken, canned chicken. That was one thing that really got taken, maybe just because of the protein, but that's something that really went out quick. So
We can continue to update with like what would be helpful.
yeah, absolutely.
Imagine things like coffee, because that's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
Things like,
But-
yeah.
And people love
Stuff
their
that's
coffee.
easy to
Well, they'll be
prepare.
going to the senior center.
yeah.
That
And get
requires
their
only water.
Only water, yeah.
And we still have our Meals on Wheels program. Veterans should reach out to Joe because there are programs available for them as well. The Care Solas program has food insecurity as well. I think the hard thing is that everybody's pushing to Project Bread, and Project Bread is now getting overwhelmed because the state is putting everyone there too. So, you know, we're just trying to help offset some of that a little bit.
And the hard part is sort of identifying, making sure the word gets out that we are here to help people, right? And getting to the right people. So any assistance
do
with
that.
that is always welcome.
Yep. And you, when you come in, you don't have to check in with anybody at the police station or here or the senior center. Just take what you need. Yep.
And those are open 24/7 for
The
drop-off?
police station's open 24/7.
Okay.
Ours is open just regular business hours. Senior center is regular business hours.
Senior centers, I think they're 24/7. It's outside.
Oh, they put this outside?
It's
I didn't
outside.
realize this was
And the
outside.
historical society's outside, so it's
Excellent.
24/7.
They ended up putting it outside?
Yeah.
Okay. And one thing we were talking about today is perhaps trying to get a fridge.
Yeah, we would like to try to get
But right now, people should be showing up with non-perishable stuff.
Non-perishables
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Non-expired, non-perishables would be good.
So, well, yeah.
Just
And
'cause
the
it's
one here is not, you don't have to actually come all the way into
No.
town hall. You just come in the one door.
For-
You
in
don't
front,
have to
the
enter
vestibule,
town hall
yeah.
at all. Yeah.
Right there, we have bags, you can fill it up and head out.
We'll get you back. I forgot
Yep.
to do that.
No, we have a lot of bags down there right now, yes. So, yeah, people are very generous.
Yeah.
Every Friday, we're doing, we actually had already started it, so it worked out fabulously, Casual for a Cause through the month of November at Town Hall, and so town employees have been helping to fill this one, which has been good.
From everything I've seen, this stuff has been both coming in and leaving at a high rate of
Yep.
speed, so we're very grateful. As always, the community steps up every single
Absolutely.
time, so,
Different stuff than was there this morning,
absolutely.
so, yeah,
So it's been
It's
great.
nice.
So thank you for
thank you all.
making it all happen. All right, so with that, I'll take a motion.
Madam Chair, will the Select Board approve the request from the Town Manager to use ARPA funds in the amount of $20,000 for a food insecurity program?
Second.
Oh. Okay, any other discussion?
Thank you for all your efforts.
So everybody, it's been, everyone's been amazing.
It's like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
When you put these people in one room, they just make
It's
it
unfortunate
happen.
we've had to do this before, right? So we
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
some
We're pretty good at
streamlines,
crisis
yeah.
response and
Yeah,
crisis management.
so,
The fact that you got it up and running so quickly.
but, it's, I mean, honestly, everyone came together so fast, it's been really
That's
good.
great. So, yeah, thank you all. All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Moving on to consent items, to accept a donation in the amount of $150 from Smart Start LLC to the fire department, to accept donations to the Holiday Decorating Committee for holiday wreaths in the amount of $3,100, and to accept a donation to the Veteran Services from the Cormier family in the amount of $1,000.
Move that the select board accept all consent items.
Second?
I have a motion and a second, and any other comments aside from our sincere gratitude and thanks that we'd like to send thank you notes to these very generous people.
Well, the people in North Andover are pretty generous.
Always.
They
step
pick
up to
this
help
up,
each
and
other.
next thing you know, you'll get 5 of them.
So, all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next is the approval of minutes, the open session minutes from October 20th. Has everybody had a chance to look at them?
Seems you guys had a fun night.
Short and sweet. Okay. All right. Since everybody's looked at them, I will take a motion.
Move acceptance.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
We missed Mr. Roach.
Wow.
Yes.
I missed all of you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And abstain.
Abstain. All right. Mr. Roach will abstain. Okay. Wow, we're already at select board updates.
Land speed over here. Oh.
Speedy tonight.
I'll
Anybody
try
have-
not to butcher this, but
Okay. Go for
the
it.
Kittredge School Building Committee has had voted to extend our eligibility period. So instead of December, we're going to go to February because the MSBA voted in their August meeting to increase funding, but it has to be in the 2026 year. So if we had accepted it and
Before you know it.
right, but had we done it in December, we would have been 20 days short and missed out on potentially $2 million from the state. So we wrote a letter, Pam sent the letter, and they allowed us to extend that, and then we'll be within the 120 days when we go to town meeting. So,
Worth
fingers crossed.
Totally
Yes.
worth it.
So it was worth it.
Good work. All right.
Yeah.
Other updates? Come on, Dave.
Well,
Something
I
from
mean,
the
I'd be,
Historical Society.
I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't mention just a few of the wonderful events from the Historical Society. Tomorrow, there's an local historian, Alex Kane, is talking about is going to discuss James Fry's experiences in the French and Indian War and some of and his other local activities. Thursday, November 6th, is an evening with Seth Moulton that's produced by the. With partnership with the Lanham Club, or the Harvard Club, I'm sorry, of Merrimack Valley. A couple other great events highlighting some of our local histories with the Vietnam War and World War II. And on Saturday, November 22nd, it's 100 years of Osgoods and Abbotts and Stevens, Chandlers, and other historical North Andover families in Massachusetts Bay, focusing on like the late 1500s and 1600, through the 1600s. Get your tickets early because they're wonderful events.
Great month of programming for the witches.
Yes, it was phenomenal programming for the witches, and everyone survived. Right.
I would like to thank the North Andover Police Department for getting Halloween safely accomplished and being out there, keeping everybody. It seems like it was a great night, and
Chilly.
those are the nights that make me miss having young children. But, but I mean, people
I'd
were.
like to add to that,
Sure.
if you don't mind. This past year, I mean, we've always had great kids, and the street is just filled
Jam-packed.
with people. It's like the March on Washington, parents, kids, strollers, the whole bit. But the kids this year, without coaching or saying the right words so that they will say the right words, these kids walked up my walk, and from the light post they'd all be yelling, "Happy Halloween!" And then they'd come and they would be so polite, "Thank you, thank you." It was the best year out of all the years that we've done it at this house.
It's those raised values. It's paying off.
But they were kind, they were sweet, and it was really fun. And then you didn't have to coach not one kid to say, and you're welcome, and come back next year, that kind of thing. You didn't have to do that. The kids were doing it, which was really kind of fun to see that transition. Well, they're getting older too, so. But it was
It's a festive fun night.
it was a fun night, and thank goodness it didn't rain.
Yeah, the weather helped, other than
Yes.
the wind.
Yeah, it did.
Yes. Any other updates?
I would just say, Janice and I were fortunate enough to attend the ribbon cutting for Fairies on High this past week. Great new business we had proved earlier to, add a new use, a new concept to that already thriving district. So welcome to them and all continued success. It's great inside. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I highly recommend it.
Surprising,
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the town election calendar, do we have to vote on it? It's just for information, all right. I was like,
I just scrolled over the entire thing, like the 3 minutes, and said, "When's the date of the election?" It's the first
It's
line.
very-
I completely missed it, so.
all right, handing it over to the town manager for the town manager's report.
Just a couple of quick things.
Thanks.
Reminder, Veterans Day on the 11th. A little different this year. The parade's going to kick off at 10 a.m. as usual at First and Main, but the ceremony is going to be at the middle school auditorium because we're going to dedicate the new plaque that we did with our earmark money, so that's going to be exciting. I also want to recognize the police department, Chief Gray, Lieutenant Domenico, Lieutenant Davis, and all the officers. It was a difficult week last week between Mr. Conti's funeral and Mr. Cody's funeral. Difficult for the town, difficult for logistics, and they really did a great job making sure that traffic continued to flow and everybody was safe. And I was very appreciative. A lot of work went into that in the background so that they could make sure it was seamless. So I just wanted to recognize them for that. And finally, I testified at the State House last week. Laurie also submitted emails to all of our legislators about the Municipal Modernization Act. There's a lot of really interesting, good things in there for us. So if you have a minute and you happen to see any of our legislators, if you want to continue to kind of plug it, there's new revenue sources that are available as local options, really great streamlining of procurement that would make Laurie's life so much easier, and just a lot of other things that would be really interesting tools for us to be able to have in creating new revenue and in just being smoother and streamlined operationally. So we were excited to do that.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice.
Okay, that's great. Our next meeting will be Monday, November 17th, 2025, and I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second it.
Motion, and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great.